Hi friends! Thanks for joining me for another yoga class. Today we're going to do something that's a little bit different from what I usually do. It is more about moving your body and just kind of getting the feel back in things if you've taken a break. Because I know we've had a little bit of a break here after school got out. Just making sure, as usual, that you have space around you to move around. I'm kind of close to the objects next to me. Make sure that you're not. If you'd like to play some music during the class, you're welcome to do that. I won't have any because then it's easier for you to hear me. And then you won't need any props unless you normally use a block. And that's about it. We'll get started. So we're going to start in our child's pose at the back of the mat. You can bring your knees apart, heels come towards the hips, hands spread out in front of you. Drop the head down. And this can sometimes be a hard pose to start with or even to end with later on because your breathing is a little bit constricted here. Your diaphragm is being pressed down against by your legs. So you're pressing your chest down into your legs, but you're also pressing your chest down into the floor. So you really need to make sure that you're pushing that breath out as you exhale, pulling it in as you inhale. Really expanding through the rib cage, through that back space here, opening up to the back, opening up to the sky, and opening up through your side space. So you're really expanding towards all directions, outward from the body. So it's a little bit more work to breathe here. Just keep that in mind as you take your breaths in and out, calming yourself, calming your body, calming your mind. Just paying attention to what's going on here on the mat in this space. Gentle closing of the eyelids. We're going to try to keep our eyes closed. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can open them. But maybe keep your gaze not as sharp as usual. And just think more about what you're feeling and less about what you're seeing. We're going to come up into our traditional tabletop, but then move your hands out a little bit. If your eyes are still closed, you can kind of feel this out. And then we're going to pull our body forward, weight over the hands, and then press back, pull the body back towards the heels. Again, move the body forward. Weight over the hands, pressing back towards the heels. As you take this feel, starting this curve in your back as you bring the body forward, and then start to straighten out the spine, gaze down in front of you. And then you're around your back again, tucking the tailbone under, pressing back. Same thing, keeping that back rounded as you come forward. Starting to elongate through the spine, lower belly in and engaged, opening up. Exhaling, rounding back. So this is our non-traditional cat-cow. A little bit more movement in the spine. Feeling the weight come forward in your hands, starting to warm up the wrists, starting to warm up the hips a little bit more. And then if you'd like to, and this is comfortable for you, again, you can keep your eyes closed, you can open the eyes up slowly, or if those things are not suiting you, you can start to move side to side and kind of make this a little bit more organic. So moving whichever way you want, maybe making circles, going back, then coming forward, so you won't feel that rounding as much in your back. You might feel the lengthening down the sides, or just kind of being organic in your movement, kind of moving to the side, moving to the other side, maybe moving through your cat and cow. The whole time being maybe even hyper-aware of what your body is doing, really noticing those spaces that are tight, noticing those spaces that need a little bit more movement, a little bit more stretch. Maybe starting to roll through the hands, coming onto the fingertips, then coming back down, moving through the wrists. So this really starts to become your own thing. Make sure you're still breathing in and out here. If you're watching me, you're probably noticing that I have a nice sunburn on my back, so hopefully you're spending some time outside, but putting on sunscreen. That's always a good idea. Maybe even doing some yoga outside. Getting a little bit of vitamin D for the day. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then we're going to come back to stillness in our child's pose, untucking the toes, reaching the hips back. Maybe feeling a slight vibration through the body. If you don't, that's okay too. Maybe you're moving a lot slower. And slowly walking the hands up towards the body. You can keep your toes untucked or tuck the toes under just for a moment and sit down on the heels, stretching the backs of the underside of the feet. We're going to take a head roll to the right, drop the head down towards the chest, and take a head roll to the right. Take one more in that direction. And then switching directions to the left. Make sure your shoulders are dropped down the back. One more to the left. And then head comes back on top of the spine, inhaling the arms up. Clasping the fingers together, reaching the palms up towards the sky, opening up the chest space. You're welcome to flare out the ribs a little bit here. Exhaling, rounding the back. Inhaling, reaching the arms up, palms press out. Dropping the shoulders, exhaling, rounding the back. Chin to the chest, looking down at the belly button, really feeling those arms pulling forward. Take that a few more times, inhaling to gaze up. Exhaling, rounding the back. Nice work, taking that at your own pace, at your own tempo, using your breath to guide you. Last time, exhaling, hands come back down, roll the shoulders down and back. Nice work. Hands come forward, regular cat and cow. We're just going to do this a few times. Inhaling to look up, pulling the body forward. Exhaling around the back. Throughout this practice, we're really going to think about opening the front body, opening the back body, and opening the side body. Throughout some different exercises, most which you already have known for a while and probably have done a lot. Or maybe if you're just beginning, these are good beginning poses for you to think about in a new way. One more time, really pressing the hands and the knees down into the floor. Come back to neutral. Walk the hands forward. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. Lift the knees. Heels reach down. Same thing that we did when we were in our tabletop position. You're going to start by treading through the feet, so coming up onto the toes of one foot, and then coming up onto the toes of the other foot as the opposite heel presses down into the floor. So keep doing that. And then if that is not enough for you, we're going to start to bring some movement of the hips, movement of the rib cage kind of into this. So you're doing a little bit more organic, a little bit more your personal style of movement. If this is weird or uncomfortable for you, maybe try it out, see what you think. And then you can come back to your regular downward facing dog that you're comfortable with. It's always good to do something a little bit new, a little bit out of your comfort zone every once in a while. And then slowly moving back to your downward facing dog, again making sure hands are pressed down into the mat. Heels are reaching down, maybe a slight bend in the knees. Lift the heels up, roll the body forward, over the hands. Bend the knees, pressing back. Okay, we're going to do that again. Lift the heels up, body rolls forward. This time optional push up here, chaturanga push up though. So your elbows are in close to the body. Lower down, lift up. Bend the knees, hips sit back. Again, lift the heels, roll the body forward. Take your time here. Find that nice high plank. Optional push-up. Bend the knees, reaching back. 3 more times. Again, remember this push-up is optional. Just a little bit of strength building as well as finding that inner fire. Nice work wherever you are. Last one. Little push-up. The last one's getting a little bit more difficult. All right. Downward facing dog. Looking forward, slowly walk the feet up to the hands. Bend the knees. Shake out the head. Either let that head hang heavy. Maybe grabbing onto the opposite hand, pressing just gently down on the back of the head. Hopefully that feels pretty good on the hamstrings, on the backs of the legs. Release the hands, rolling up to standing. Take your time. Once you get there, roll those shoulders down and back. Inhaling the arms up. Lift the gaze. Exhaling, hands start center. Take a head roll to the right, chin drops to the chest. Head roll to the right. Head roll to the left. Head stacks on top of the spine, belly in. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. We're going to go through our first chaturanga. Inhaling, halfway lift. In this position, you want to make sure, again, just a refresher, this back space is really flat, really long. You want to find that length through the top of your head, as if you could make a straight line. That lower belly is lifted and pulled in. You can either have your hands down, or have your hands on your legs, or even down on the floor if you can reach that. Exhaling back down. We're going to step or jump the feet back. I'm going to step them back this time. We have our high plank. Rock the weight forward over the hands. Lower down all the way. Untuck the toes, inhaling up, hands just barely pressing down into the floor, opening up the chest. Exhaling back down. Lifting up onto the knees or through a full plank. Back to downward facing dog. 2 more breaths. Inhaling to look forward, walk the feet up to the hands. Again, find your forward fold here. Maybe grabbing onto the other hand, pulling the head down, maybe bending one knee at a time, bringing a little bit more motion into this rather than stillness. Either way, making sure that you're looking back at your legs. Coming back to stillness, rolling your way up to standing. Rolling the shoulders down and back, feet firmly planted down. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands start center. Take a head roll to the left, chin drops to the chest. And your head roll goes to the right. Keep dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Head stacks on top of the spine. Belly lifts. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Body down over the legs. Shake out the head. Inhaling, halfway lift. Long back. Exhaling back down, jump or step back. Lower down through your chaturanga. We're going to stay at this halfway. Pull the body forward. Tops of the feet land on top of the mat. Shoulders are not sunken into like this. They are pressing the palms down firmly. Lower belly is lifted. Exhaling back down. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. And looking forward, walk the feet up to the hands last time, going through this. Take that forward fold, shake out the head, maybe bringing some movement into a side-to-side swing, bending one knee at a time, opening up those side spaces, opening up the back. Rolling up to standing, bent knees. Take your time to get there. Rolling the shoulders down and back, inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands to our center. Close your eyes for a moment here. Find the stillness through your body. Feel that lift in the belly space, the drop in the shoulders. Lightness in the gaze and the eyes. Inhaling the arms up. Gaze lifts. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling back down. Again, we're going to jump or step back. If you're jumping back, you want your weight to still be over the hands. Shoulders are over the hands. lower down into that chaturanga, either all the way down or through your upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. All right, let's continue with our flow. We're going to inhale the right leg up. Open up the hip. Right knee bends. Left knee is still facing forward. Now we're going to start to bring some movement in this right leg. So you're going to drop the right knee down, bend the left leg, and then lift it back up. Find that again. Bending the left leg, right knee drops down towards the left leg, and then lifting it back up, opening up through that hip. Do that a few more times. At your own pace. We're just opening and closing, internally and externally rotating that right hip. Left leg tries to stay as centered as it is. Last one. Straighten that leg back out. Exhaling, step the right foot through the hands. Drop the left knee down. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands come back down. Frame the foot. Lift that left knee off the floor. We're going to take more motion, front and back. Opening up that hip. Deep breath in and out. Drop the left knee down again. We're going to lift both arms up again. Exhaling, open the arms out to the sides. Inhaling, lift the arms. Exhaling, open to the sides. Opening the chest, inhaling up. Exhaling, opening the arms out. 2 more times, inhaling up. Exhaling, open. 1 more time, inhaling up. Exhaling, open. Drop the hands down to the floor. We're going to toe heel the right foot out to the side. And then turn the right toes out to the side even more. You can drop down onto your forearms here. You can use a block right here underneath your hands or underneath your forearms, or you can come up onto your fingertips and really try to pull that chest forward. So wherever you're at, whichever one you're doing, just find that position. Make sure you're breathing here. Last breath. And then toe heel that foot in just slightly. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee. We're going to turn out like this. So if you need to, this one is kind of difficult sometimes. You're going to walk that left foot forward. So you're almost at this 45-degree angle, or 90-degree angle, I guess, between both of your feet. If you can, bring the hands forward, maybe even bring the hands to our center. You're working towards a long back here, so you want to make sure you're not rounded over that leg, but that you're lifted tall out of this leg here. So you're working your external rotation. Left toes are lifted up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Just breathe here. Really sinking that left hip down into the floor, but lifting out of the right hip. Last breath. Hands come down to the floor. We're going to shift over to the other side. Slowly walk the hands over. We're going to turn so that we're facing that left foot, toe heel the left foot out to the side. Drop the right knee down. Inhaling the arms up. We're on the other side. Look at that. Exhaling, hands come back down. Fancy move here. The right knee is going to come up off the floor. You're going to lift the left foot and bring it up into our 3-legged dog. Whoop, and just like that. Deep breath in and out. And then open up that hip again. Same thing that we did earlier. Make sure the right knee is facing forward. Bend the right leg. Bend the left leg. The left knee comes towards the right leg. Open up, externally rotate. Bending both legs. Opening up. 2 more times. Opening. Last one. Opening up. Straighten that left leg out. Stab the left foot forward between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Inhaling the arms up. Pressing the right hip forward. Pulling the left hip back. You really want to find that square position. between the legs. Exhaling, open the arms out to the sides. Inhaling to reach the arms up. Exhaling, opening the chest. Inhaling up. Exhaling, open. Last time, inhaling up. Exhaling, open. Drop the hands down to the mat. Lift the knee up off. We're just going to take that rock forward to back again. Try to make sure that your toes of the left foot and your knee of the left foot are all in line here still. Lengthening the right heel back. You're really trying to lengthen the front of the right leg. Don't forget about the quad there, the hip flexor. And then drop the right knee back down. Toe heel the left foot out to the side. Toes point out at about a 45-degree angle. You're going to take this stretch here as you'd like it. Maybe the forearms come down to the floor. Maybe you're up on your hands or your fingertips or the block. You're pulling your body forward. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly toe heel that foot in just slightly, not all the way to where it's at. So it's still kind of on the outside edge of your mat. Walk the hands over. Flip that other foot, your right foot, and then walk it forward slightly. So that right hip is sinking down towards the floor, but your left foot and your left leg are pressing up, lifting you out from the floor. So you have this nice opposition going on. Maybe your hands are out in front of you. If this is really, really difficult for you, maybe you're putting some more weight in your hands here, but always make sure that you're checking with that right leg. The right toes are pointed up, and that right leg is out in front of you. Maybe it's even like out here, but you really want to make sure that you have that external rotation that we've been working on. Hands come to heart center. Deep breath in and out. Long back, long spine, tailbone down to the floor. And then hands come back down. Shift the hands, shift the body. Turn to face the front of the mat again. Drop that left knee. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands come back down. Again, we're going to lift the left knee. Your right foot is going to go all the way up and back. Three-legged dog. Exhaling, drop that foot down. Awesome work. Just pedal out the feet. Bring some more movement into your body, kind of like we did at the beginning of class. And then come back to stillness. Inhaling to lift the heels, or rock the body forward, high plank. Chaturanga or one push-up. And then lower down, chaturanga. Real this time. Lifting up. Exhaling back down. Deep breath in and out. Inhaling the right leg up. Opening up the hip. We're going to skip our movement here. Straighten out that leg. Exhaling. Right foot comes forward. Opening up into your warrior two. Left toes point out to the side. We're going to analyze our warrior two for just a minute here. Making sure that those right toes and the right knee are pointing forward and the right knee isn't coming in. Making sure that you're pressing into the outside of your left foot. Making sure that your arms are reaching straight out from your shoulder and not coming in or out, so you're not flaring the rib cage out. And then make sure that your shoulders are stacked above your hips, so you're not kind of lopsided here, but you're finding length through both sides of the body. Gaze is over the front hand, sinking down a little bit deeper. Deep breath in. Exhaling. On your next inhale, arms are going to reach up, straighten the front leg. Inhaling up. Exhaling, press back down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down as if you're moving the air. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior two. In this reverse warrior two, I want you to really be thinking about the length in this side body and not thinking about collapsing like this, but lengthening out. So your energy is reaching diagonally out. Inhaling back up. Last thing on this side, if you'd like to, we're going to go into our half moon. You're going to reach forward either towards your block, towards the floor, or towards the air. If you have a little more confidence, press off of the left toes, lifting up. So again, you can either hold onto the ground, maybe onto a block or a book or something stable. That back foot should be flexed, and you should really feel that external rotation. The chest is open up to the side. Maybe shifting your gaze if you find your balance. But that is the hardest part. And then slowly bending the right leg, reaching the left toes back. We're going to do one more reverse warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior two. Inhaling back up, exhaling, hands come down. Step the right foot back. One push up here or just straight through your chaturanga. Find the chaturanga that works for you. Downward facing dog. Now you're going to stay there, and I'm going to switch where I am on the mat, so I'm facing you still. And then here we go on the left side. Inhaling the left leg up, open up the hip. Straighten that leg back out. Exhaling, stepping through the hands. Open the right toes out to the side. Again, analyzing your warrior two. Opening up this left knee. Maybe you're going to have to move your foot in a little bit so your heel is lined up with your arch of your right foot. Arms are out to the sides. Energy out through the fingertips, bending into that left leg. Opening up the chest. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Length through the side body. Flipping the front palm. Reaching back. Inhaling back up. Exhaling. Inhaling, straighten the leg, arms reach up. Exhaling, pressing the air down in front of you. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. One more time. Inhaling up. Make sure you're lowering the shoulders here. Getting ready for our half moon, reaching forward or reaching towards your block, getting low towards the ground, pressing off that back leg, lifting up. There you go. This leg is lined up with your other leg. Hips are open, shoulders are open. Deep breath in and out. You can do this. You did it on the other side already. I know you can do it on this side. Take your time to find your balance. Maybe bending that standing leg to begin with. And then slowly bending into the left leg, reaching the right toes back. Warrior two, flipping the front palm, reach back. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. One push up. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling back down. Downward facing dog. Good work here. Deep breath in and out. Last hip opener here that we're going to do is more of a stretch. Step the right leg forward. But it's going to be more like the right shin. So your right knee is close to your right hand. Your foot is close to your left hand. Flex the right foot. Turn that left leg down so that the hip flexor is facing the ground. You can either stay in this upright position, you can walk your hands down over that front leg, or my favorite is a lot of stretch, a little bit of pain if you have very tight hips. Right hand walks forward in front of your right shoulder and left arm threads underneath. Slowly coming up and out of that. It's a really good one to hold for a longer time if you have tight hips. Tuck the left toes under. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. And take that organic knee movement. Find that motion through your back, through your shoulders. Then look forward, step the left knee towards the left hand. Left shin on the floor. Flex that left foot. And then same thing as on the other side. You can either stay in this upright position, make sure that right hip is turned down towards the ground. Walk the hands forward. Or my favorite, walk the left hand forward, right arm underneath the left. Let's hold that for 2 more breaths. Make sure you're taking time with your breath. Then slowly unwinding. Hands pressed down onto the mat. Last time to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up and back. Stepping back. Wonderful. Drop the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Sit back into your child's pose. Your arms are really feeling it. Bring the hands back by the feet. Let the shoulders drop down towards the ground. And then slowly, we're going to come up to seated. We did a lot of movement and flow style work in this class, so we're not going to do a lot of stretching. But if you'd like to, you're welcome to take some stretching on your own time. We're going to do one last breath sequence together to finish class. Inhaling the arms up. Clasp the fingers together, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, rounding the back. We're going to take this really slowly to calm ourselves down. Inhaling up. Feel that movement ripple up through the spine. Exhaling around. Really feel that extension through the arms, through the shoulders, through the side body space. Drop that right hand down to the mat. Reach over towards the right with the left hand. Inhaling back up. Over to the other side. Left arm drops down. Try to keep both sits bones grounded here. You're really trying to reach through the sides body space and not take your entire body over like that. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, hands come to heart center. Just taking a moment here to close the eyes. Allow the shoulders to drop down the back. Allow the chest and the rib cage to relax. Notice how tense your hips might feel still. Really try to breathe through that space, through that joint, all the way down the leg, into the ankles, into the knees, to the toes. And just reminding yourself to breathe here, to appreciate the work that you've done today, to appreciate what you've done in the past and what you'll do in the future. And thank you very much for joining me in my class today. My name is Carolina, and I look forward to more classes with you. Namaste.